Morning, Traveling Mike out here in Noster, Missouri, and we're in the Noster Cemetery. So we're going to look and see what they've got out here in this cemetery. Check some of the headstones out. Got about 7 requests. We'll see if we can find some. It's a pretty large cemetery. But come along with me and let's see what we can find. Here's an old headstone of a child, and you can barely see the hand holding a flower that's broken, which means a shortened life. Well, let's see if we can find some interesting things out here. We're in the older section right now, and so they've got a lot of the more unusual headstones, or common at the time, with the hands shaking goodbye. This one got the finger pointing to heaven. And then we'll get over to the newer section here in a little bit. Well, let's look at this one over here. This one has a mourning dove, looks like, and sitting on top of the pall. Oh, somebody took the head of him off, it looks like. Yeah. Here's a headstone with the weeping willow on it for eternal sorrow. A couple of children's headstones with the lambs. Here's something you find in cemeteries occasionally. Generally, headstones are all facing to the east in an order, but occasionally you find one out of place. This one's done at a different angle, a 45-degree angle from all the others. So there's probably some meaning of that. We don't know exactly what that would be, but rarely you find some like this. Here's a double headstone for 2 children. You got the lambs and then the dove for a piece above that. But one died 1878, and the other one I think is maybe 78 also. I can't quite read that. Here's another military headstone. Apparently probably the World War I, but you got the flag and then you got the crossed cannons. An eagle on top of a column is often used for military headstones as well. Here's another unusual headstone. It's made to look like either a pillow or a covered casket. It's real shiny, but a little unusual for the time. These headstones from the 1930s have some elaborate carving. Here's an unusual headstone which has lots of symbolization on it. You've got on top, you've got a basket of flowers. You've got the lilies coming up. You've got the leaves, you got the little bells. You got the ivy going up around the side. Next to it you have a headstone, also unusual. You've got the gnarled vines going around it, and then you have like the tree of life in the middle coming out of a dead tree stump, signifying eternal life. This little corner here appears to be the infant section. Babyland's what they're calling it. So I know I have one infant on here, so let me see if I can find him in here, and I'll keep on looking. And then we're heading over towards the newer section, see if we find some of these other ones. Well, it appears that Babyland was started in 1959, and the baby I'm looking for died in 1930. So I didn't see it in the older section. The last name is Boyd, but there was quite a few Boyds I came across, but not any that was his parents or him. So he may not be here, or he just may be unmarked. Okay, been looking for a little baby boy, Garth Boyd, from 1930, and actually this is his parents right here, but I don't see any infant headstones around, so I'm not sure where he might be, or if he's even in here somewhere. I'm in the newer section looking for a couple of fairly recent headstones, so kind of out of the old ones. Here's like a new one here. It's got a train etched with the new etchings. So let's see if I have any luck over in this area. There's an unusual headstone shaped in an arrowhead. All right, this is one that we were looking for, a David Lee Tuttle. And the family wanted to see if there was an actual headstone out here, but no, it's still just a temporary marker right next to Robin Tuttle. While searching the cemetery, the groundskeeper came out and said he would help me find some of these that I'm looking for. And over in this little building, he has books with the records of the cemetery. So we're going to go see what we can find. Well, the groundskeeper was able to find the locations of several of the ones we're looking for, so we're going to go over here and see if we have any luck finding them. This is one we're looking for, Julia Adams, and she was buried next to her first husband, John Burrow. Now, we found John Burrow's headstone. To the right of John Burrow is a couple other Burrows, but to the left is where she should be buried. According to the records we looked up with the groundskeeper, she should be here in the row 3, section 9 of section 1. So this is where she's at. There's no headstone, so I'll notify the family. We're looking for Stella and Jason Kirkpatrick, and according to the cemetery records, they should be buried right in this section, but we're really having a tough time finding it. Even the groundskeeper has come out to help me look, which was very nice of him. We found the spot where the Kirkpatricks are supposed to be buried. There is no headstone, but this is the area. They're buried behind the Moores, beside the McDaniels, and behind the Severes. And this is the location, so I'll take a picture for the family. Well, thanks for coming with me out to the Noster Cemetery. Had a little bit of luck. Didn't find a lot of the names though, but a lot of interesting headstones out here. And you don't always see a B-2 fly over you while you're in the cemetery. So, see you in the next cemetery.